What's up, world? What's up, YouTube? I am editing and I'm trying something out here for future member perk. But if you tune in or if you're here, just say hello to me and I'll be here. I'll respond to messages periodically, but I'm going to be in my editing software here. Let's see. So we're editing currently. Should be a pretty short one. But I'm currently editing my review that I anticipate getting up tomorrow for the Electric State. Yikes. Spoiler alert, was not a good score for me, but that's what I'm working on right now. So I have it on my larger monitor, but the viewer might not be exactly what I need. But anyway, all right, let's see here. Yeah. Okay, so I gotta fix that. You guys remember the creator? Yeah, you do. All right, let me go take this poster real quick. Movie poster. Let's see here. I don't know why that is so whack. Let me fix that. I'm gonna fix the thingy for you guys. Let me see. Because then I can make the screen a little bit bigger. Alright, so that's on mute, right? Okay, so I want that on mute. What's up, Anthony? I just happened to be in the chat here. I see your message. Yeah, it's... Yeah. This review I'm editing is going to be up tomorrow, but... Yeah, I don't think I'm one of the ones that, like, hated it vehemently, but it definitely let me down. Let's just put it that way. Let's see if this looks bigger for you guys when I don't know why it shrunk it like that. See how that works. Okay, sorry. Yeah, man, so I'm editing this review and it's I mean, you'll probably hear me talking about it here in a second, but it's just one of those, like, robots are bad, you know, and they're gonna kill us all, and then the movie starts playing out and it's like, oh, just kidding. The reason robots are bad is because humans are bad. Like, okay. Which, I mean, as a premise or whatever, it's like, okay, sure, but that's also been done how many times? Like, literally 1,000. And in the last 5 years, it's any like sci-fi story, like I'm talking about the creator as a bit of a, what do you call it? As a bit of a comparison to it, and it's much better in my opinion. I still wasn't as high on the creator even, because I felt like even back then that narrative around like robots and AI was just a little played out, you know? But what are you going to do? So, let's see here. Also, I don't know if you guys can hear the audio from Final Cut, but Anthony, if you're in there, if anybody's here and you can hear the audio, not that you care, but if you can't, let me know. I don't know. This is my first test run doing this, but Just down here editing tonight. Oh, did I space out that? I did space it out, okay. Smaller, bring this down a little bit. Thought I had put in another background for this. So when I do trips from when I do clips from the trailers, I have a method where I like space them out a little bit, but I don't do more than like 7 or 8 seconds because before I got monetized, I didn't care. I'll play like the whole trailer. But YouTube's really, so what is that, 153? All right, so let's go to like 240-ish. But YouTube's really strict about copywriting, trailers, music, whatever. But I had watched a couple YouTube videos that was like, if you keep it under 8 seconds, it won't flag it. And I've still gotten flagged before, but it's a lot less frequent. So I try to stick to that when I edit. All right, so I'm going to have to take some of this redundancy out. I don't like it. Turn it up just a little bit too. So let's see. So I'm going to come in here, take this out. If anybody pops in or out, you can drop some comments in the chat if you want. If you have any questions for me, because I'm going to be doing this. I don't want you guys thinking I'm ignoring you, but I'm here. And I'm looking over at the comments periodically, so feel free to drop anything in there, and I'll take time to answer it. I don't like having this either, by the way. I know some YouTubers will just play the clip, but I always cut around the text or the titles. I don't know why. It always like takes me out of it personally when when I'm watching a video. And I also like to end, whatever footage I'm showing before there's a cut. And now I'll do like a 45-second space here. That's just what I do. I mean, my daughter's a professional editor, and she kind of really taught me editing. But I'm not like some of these guys that can do, basically like make movies. I'm not that good, but I have a bit of a system in place that I stick to, and it tends to work out okay. My movie reviews don't typically get a ton of views on YouTube anyway, and engagement, but every once in a while, if it's one that's like, being super talked about on the internet, it will. Like if it's trending, I guess is what the kids call it. Like when A Complete Unknown review came out, it got like 15,000 views, which, I mean, no review that I've gotten has gotten over like 1,000. So it'll happen occasionally, but it's very, very like few and far between. So, all right. Like I said, I'm doing this, but I'm here. If you guys comment, I'll peek back over to the chat on YouTube periodically if you guys have any questions about movies or anything else. I feel like I get redundant here. I remember when I was recording, I didn't do a script for this one or notes or whatever. hate like repeating the same points over and over again. And this movie was really hard for me to review because there was nothing redeeming about it really. I mean, I liked Millie in it, but was that redundant? I feel like it was. AJ, what's up? Gustavo, what's up? I see you guys. If you guys have any questions, it gives me a little alert. Let me know, and I'll going back and forth, but I'm editing over here, and you guys are right here, so that's why I put that little pinned comment up there. I'm not ignoring you. I'm just doing my edit, and I'm trying something out here. I think Gustavo is a member. This is going to be something for like members. If you guys are interested, I've only got a few right now because I don't promote it really, but I do have a Patreon where I have several more, but they'll be privy to this too. But I think I'm going to do this for like members only in the next few months. So I was telling AJ last night that I was testing out all this new like software and equipment that I have. So this is just kind of a test run. I might do a couple of these just as a live stream to see how it works. But that's what this is all about. Let's see. Gustavo says, could you actually see on the screen 320 million that they dropped on this movie? No, but it's so funny that you said that. Let me show you something real quick. Let me see if I can figure out how. Let me go back to my software, Gustavo. It's so funny that you said that because on this, let me see if this works. I did I don't know if this is going to work or not. That's not what I wanted. Let me move myself up here. Let me see if I can do this for you real quick. It's funny that you asked me that because I talk about that in this review quite a bit, but also when I did my thumbnail, let me pull it up real quick, and that way I can just show you. I can't believe you asked me that based on my thumbnail that I just made for this today. Let me pull that up. So let me see if I can share this with you. I think I can. Is this... No, I don't want that. I want... Maybe I do want that, actually. Hang on. Sorry, I'm like... I haven't done like a multiple screen share, but I do kind of want you to see this. Let me close this one out, though. Oh, man. It's funny I'm doing this review because of the headaches that technology is giving me right now. But I'll figure it out. You guys are chill, so... We're all friends here. Corey says he just saw Mickey 17. He thought Pattinson, Colette, and the score were great. Dude, tell me what you thought of Mark Ruffalo. Corey, drop that in the chat, and I'll read it. But I don't know if you watched my review of Mickey 17. Go check it out on the channel if you want. But I'll just tell you real quick, I freaking love Mark Ruffalo in that. I don't know why, because I know he was like horrible. But I feel like that was the intent. Okay, let me see if I can figure out how to share this with Gustavo real quick. Also for my own sanity, because I don't know why I can't do a double screen share. I must be able to do that somehow. Okay. Novocaine title card. What? Oh, yeah. Here we go. This is what I want to show you. Let me see if it works, though. Okay, there you go. 320 million? Gustavo just asked me if I, could see the price tag on the quality of the movie, and the answer is a fucking no. But I do talk about it. I'm going to get back to editing here, and that way you guys will just see it, or hear it probably. But I do talk about the cast, because there's like so many just A-list, like you got to imagine, super expensive people. I'm going to bring the chat back up in case you guys have any questions. Did Final Cut come back on there? Yeah, it did. Okay. All right. Let me go back. Um, it's like just oh my god, it's just so many people in this movie, and I think that had a lot to do with the budget. I don't know how much, but I mean, there's like I'm not even joking you. There's like eight to ten actors in this movie, whether it's voice acting for the robots or actual actors in the movie, that are like not cheap, and they're all in it. All right, so stop there. So I think I get redundant here. So I'm going to cut that. Let me see what I say here. By the way, can you guys hear the playback? Can you guys hear the playback, AJ or somebody, or Gustavo? I don't really know how to test that. So if you guys could just tell me if you can hear me in Final Cut. All right, so I'm going to take that out, I think. Before you guys got here, I was saying that I hate being redundant on these reviews because they don't get a lot of views anyway on YouTube. All right, so I'm gonna leave that in there because that's kind of funny, I think. Let me go back to y'all's chat too. So you can only hear me. You can't hear Final Cut. I wonder. Let me go back to the settings. So you can't hear me within Final Cut? Okay, all right. Let me see if I can change that on the settings. I wonder how I would, though. Let's see. All right, let me see if this does it. So I just did audio capture, which I have no fucking idea what that means, but it was something that was not checked. So hang on, tell me if you can hear me. In fact, the robots in the film, so let me know, that are seen to be like if that did the villains or the antagonists, I guess, at least in the first half of the movie, are kind of stupid. I mean, they're not scary at all. They're based on like child characters, like cartoon characters almost. Let me know. At one point in the movie, and this is no shit, you're gonna think I'm kidding. I was gonna blade it here. Let's see. Okay, good. So that was it then. I just had to check that. Thank you, Gustavo. I saw your comment. So I just had to check that box. But okay, you guys can hear. In fact, the robots in the film. There we go. So that's where I was going to blade it at. So I'll let you guys hear this now since you couldn't hear it a second ago. But I'm taking this little piece out. But I'm talking about the robots or the AI in this movie. It's done realistically. In fact, the robots in the film that are seen to be like the villains or the antagonists, I guess, at least in the first half of the movie, are kind of stupid. I mean, they're not scary at all. They're yeah, they are stupid. Okay, I saw what you said, Gustavo. So let me see if there's anything. I don't know if there's any way to do that either, but I'll check. It just has audio capture. I wonder how to adjust the volume, unless it's just my volume. I tell you what, I'm going to play it, and then I'm going to adjust the volume on this next playback and tell me if it turns down. Based on like child characters, like cartoon characters almost. So I turned it down. At one point in the movie, and this is no shit, you're going to think I'm kidding. Mr. Peanut from Planters Peanuts in robot form shows up stupid. I mean, they're not scary at all. They're... Okay, so I need to get that, I think. Hang on. They're not scary at all. So that'll be right there. Did that do anything for the volume, Gustavo, on that? I don't know if me turning down my volume affects it or not, but I turned it down a little bit. Characters, like cartoon characters almost. Yeah, I mean, I see your question, Anthony. They are, it is AI. So this isn't a spoiler because it's in the trailers and stuff, but essentially, like, these robots, well, so it's like a MetaQuest thing, basically. So you can wear this VR headset deal as a human, I mean, and that's the AI that's built into the film, and it like the AI essentially takes over your brain, so you can be in two places at one time. So you can live out your fantasy, like be in paradise with some chick in a bikini or whatever. But then your actual human self is at its job doing whatever they normally do on a regular day. So kind of like Severance, kind of like it's your innie and outie. If you guys watch Severance, but futuristic and industrial kind of. That's the AI piece, but when I was referring to the stupidness or the stupidity, was like these robots. Like they're just silly. Like they're not, because thematically it doesn't line up because the motives of the AI in the movie is very ominous, like their motive and like, or it's played out to be that way. But the robots themselves, like I'm about to talk about a segment where and I'm not even joking you, there's a robot in the movie that's modeled after Mr. Peanut from the Planters Peanuts. Like that's the robot. That's what he looks like. Like literally, it's the Planters Peanut guy, Mr. Peanut. So, whatever you think. I mean, that is kind of scary actually if you think about it. But it's just kind of like silly, you know. They're based on like child characters, like cartoon characters almost. At one point in the I'm gonna blade it there. So at one point in the. By the way, did that turn the volume down for you guys at all? Because if not, I might have to go into my preferences to see. Did I do that? Oh, I got to put a clip in here. So let me do that real quick. So when you guys are watching this back, you'll know how the magic happened here. But there's my girl. She did good. I mean, the problem with Millie, and I talk about this on the review too, but that's where I feel like I got super redundant. But the problem with her in general right now is she's just making bad career choices. I mean, that's my opinion, but I mean, everything she's in is like this weird, did I use all that trailer already? I'm going to grab another clip, I think. I'll be doing that on a separate screen, but I'm here, guys. Let's see. She's just making bad career choices, in my opinion. And I don't know why, because especially like if you look at Stranger Things, and she was young when she started that show, like 13 or something when she first started. She basically grew up before our eyes. I mean, if you were a fan of that show, of course. But, so did I not use that trailer? 228. I think that's the one I used already. Final trailer. Let me try this one. Sorry, I'm talking to myself, which I do a lot when I edit. So now you guys get to hear me talk to myself, which is cool. It's a cool perk for you guys. But to get back to my point with Millie Bobby Brown is that I love her, and I just wish that, like, don't you guys get the sense that if she wanted to, like in the next like 5 years, I think I may mention this on the video actually, I feel like she could be elite in terms of like young actresses because she already has the name recognition. I mean, like super famous, and that's just off of nothing but Stranger Things. Not to mention the Enola Holmes and all the other stuff she's done. I'm dragging this clip, but it just frustrates me because I feel like she could really be dominating, like getting some roles like Emma Stone did when she was that age, like late teens crossing into 20s, like the kind of roles Emma Stone was getting, or I should say the kind of roles Emma Stone was taking. Like, there's no reason why, Millie Bobby Brown couldn't do those independent films or like, I don't know, just something. I'm just going to copy these attributes over. Just something better, I mean, I don't know, I don't like it. I don't want to position it, or do I? Yeah, I think I do actually. Okay, there we go. Did it bring my drop shadow? Why did it bring my drop shadow? Oh, it says it did. Can you guys see it? Let me put it over there. Oh yeah, you can see it. Let's see what that looks like. But it's like, oh shit, this is kind of scary at the same time. If it's done, fucking, what's his name? Chris Pratt. think I want to use this clip of her and him with the robot there. Oh, by the way, there's the VR thing. So see that? I think it was Anthony that was asking about the stupidity. So this is the kind of like, I'm saying VR because that's kind of what it reminds me of, the MetaQuest or whatever. But it's basically like a VR suit that you wear that has this helmet on it. That this is the alternate version of yourself, basically. So you're kind of like merged with a robot, I guess is the best way to put it. So it's the robot, but it's you kind of controlling it with a certain part of your brain, and it's the part of your brain that gets to do fun stuff that your normal self can't do. So, and I'm explaining it very like, probably not as intricate as I should be, but I don't want to spoil it for you at the same time. But yeah, that's the general idea. Where's she at? There she is. I'm going to bring her into this clip, I think. But it's like, oh shit, this is kind of scary at the same time. Did that seem clunky to you guys? Move that over a little bit. Exciting, but it's like, oh shit, this is kind of scary at the same time if it's done real. All right, and then he takes the gun, so that's good. I was saying earlier, I don't know who heard it and who didn't hear it, but YouTube's weird, man. I do 8-second clips or less. So if you guys are ever watching my videos, see this right here? So that's actually a little too long in my opinion. So I might take the front off of this a little bit. But yeah, they're really weird. See, now it's under 8. They're really weird about flagging stuff. Oh, let me pull up the comment thing in case you have a comment. Sorry. Where is it? Here it is. Let's see. Gustavo says the Russo brothers did a couple mediocre comedies. Somehow that got them to the MCU. Yeah. They did 4 good movies, some of which are among the best in the MCU. And now they're back to bad and mediocre. Some people credit their MCU success on the writers, but those same writers work with them on the 2 post-MCU movies. I think it's weird, man. Gustavo, it is weird because I think they might... I don't really know how to phrase this because obviously Electric State's not MCU, and neither was Cherry. But I just think that kind of like superhero, like being in that world for so long and then transitioning to do other things, but people still expecting you to do it on the level of Avengers Endgame, which frankly is a bar that nobody should have to live up to. So this is not going to be that. Do you know what I mean? Cherry is not going to be that. What else did they do? They did something else that was not MCU. What was the other one? They did Cherry. Hell, I just talked about it on this video and I can't remember it, guys. I'm like losing it. What was it? Hang on, let me bring this out. I just talked about it on here. It was oh no, Civil War, but that was MCU, right? So they did Civil War and the Avengers. Gray Man was the other one. Did you guys tell me? Gray Man was the other one. I actually kind of liked Gray Man. I mean, it wasn't like, it didn't like blow me away or anything, but it was, of these ones that are kind of like post MCU, I think Gray Man's probably the best of those. It, you know, Gosling, Ana de Armas. Am I right? It was good. I mean, it wasn't like shitty like some of these other ones, but yeah. Yeah, the Gray Man, I just remembered. What was 21 Bridges? Was that them? I don't even know about that one. Oh, my God, I don't even know about that one, Anthony. Anyway, what was I talking about? So I compared it to the creator, which I think is fairly accurate. So I took, did I snip that? I snipped my redundancy, right? I'm sorry. I said I would respond to y'all's chats, and I will. I just also want the review to be somewhat watchable tomorrow. So
a filmmaker could use that to create that type of dichotomy as well, where it's really entertaining and really exciting, but it's like, oh shit, this is kind of scary at the same time if it's done realistically. In fact, the robots in the film that
was clunky. So when I have a cut right here, I don't know if anybody's in here as an editor or not, or I don't know if you care, but when I edit, it's called a jump cut because I don't do any kind of like smooth transition or anything like that, at least not on these types of videos because they're usually like 10 minutes long and they don't get a lot of return for me. Like they're not a ton of views with the exception of the occasional outlier. So I'll just do a jump cut. Basically, it just means I cut out the silence or if I take out a portion of my commentary or whatever, and it goes right into the next piece that I'm talking about. So if I do that, a really easy way to hide it is to put this overlay on top of it. And if you don't, it's clunky because then it comes back from the clip or the overlay and goes right into a cut. So I usually have them be the same. So here, let me take these back and I'll show you what I was talking about. So if I take these back a couple ticks, which is where it was initially, and you watch it,
to create that type of dichotomy as well, where it's really entertaining and really exciting, but it's like, oh shit, this is kind of scary at the same time if it's done realistically. In fact,
so that's clunky. And then I was watching it on fast speed too.
to create that type of dichotomy as well, where it's really entertaining and really exciting, but it's like, oh shit, this is kind of scary at the same time if it's done realistically. In fact, the robot.
Yeah, so that's clunky. So I'd just rather just bring it to the cut. Does that make sense? So we'll do that.
If it's done realistically. In fact, the robots in the film that are seen to be like the villains or the antagonists, I guess, at least in the first half of the movie, are kind of stupid. I mean, they're not scary at all. At one point in the movie, and this is no shit, you're going to think I'm kidding, Mr. Peanut from Planters Peanuts in robot form shows up to give a rousing speech to other robots to charge the field.
So now I got to see if I can find Mr. Peanut in this trailer. Is he in here? Dude, if he's in here, y'all are going to get to see this, okay? This is one of the, like, big bads in the movie. Or that's the perception. Let me see if he's in here. There you go. There's Giancarlo Esposito. He's one of the names I was telling you guys about. It's a fucking stat cast, guys. Also, it's based on a book, which I didn't know at the time I saw it. Let me see if the planner... Oh, look at this, guys. Look. You see what I'm talking about? I mean, I'm sorry. I don't know if that's supposed to be ominous or whatever, but like... And oh, there's Planner's Peanut right here. Oh, you can barely see him. You see him there? With the top hat and everything? Like, I mean, this is based on source material, so I mean, I get it, but like... Visually... There he is. There he is, right here. See him? You got the baseball dude here. I think this is Anthony Mackie, the Planter's Peanut. I could be wrong. I can't remember. But Anthony Mackie has a pretty prominent voice character. So let me clip this because I was talking about him in it. Or I'll start with this one, actually. I mean, I really like the concept of, like, living outside of yourself via, like, a VR headset. I mean, I don't know if like's the right word, but I do think that is something that could happen. I mean, I don't know if it'll happen in our lifetime or in my lifetime, but I think it's something that could happen in the next, like, 100 years. So, you know, like is not the right term, but I guess believable, you know, from like a fear factor point of view. So let's say that was we'll just say 340. So I need to go to 420. I got to use my markers too, because I don't remember where I said that about Peanut Guy.
In robot form,
yeah, that's right.
Shows up to get.
Yeah, so I'm going to put a clip in here actually when I normally wouldn't, but that's fine. Because I can move this other one back a little bit. I'm going to come back over to the comments, guys. Just hang tight. I'm sorry. That's the wrong clip. I think this is the Peanut clip, I think.
Give a rousing speech to other robots to charge the field.
Yeah, that was him. Move this back a little bit.
From Planters Peanuts, in robot form, shows up to give a rousing speech to other robots to charge the field during war.
There you go. Yeah, dude. I mean, look, it's based on a book, maybe even a book series. Even I don't know, honestly. I should have known that when I did this review, and I would have probably mentioned that, but I didn't even know that. But if you're adapting it from the source material, and then, like, you know, you want to be true to that source material, then I understand the translation of having Mr. Peanut in there if he was in the book. I can't confirm or deny whether he was or not, but if he was, then I'm going to move this over and space this out a little bit more. Then I get it, because that's the story that you're, you know, telling. But it's about even, right? But at the same time, like, I just don't know, the Russos or whoever thought, like, oh, this is going to really go over well as a $320 million action movie, to have Planters Peanut and Mr. Baseball Head as, like, you know, robots that are, you know, seemingly trying to take over the world. I don't know. It was just weird. So it didn't work for me, that's for sure. I mean, I guess there's an argument could be made that it would work well with like a family, because I mean, it's pretty family friendly. I mean, there's some, I guess it could be seen as kind of
Peanuts
scary for kids.
in robot form shows up to give a rousing speech to other robots to charge the field during war. Mr. Peanut with the monocle and the cane and the whole shit. I mean, it was crazy. I thought it was like I thought I was being punked when I was watching it.
I can't. Should I do a clip of Ashton Kutcher there? Do you guys think that would be a nice touch or no? So I'm talking about, yeah, I did this one off the cuff. Sometimes I make bullet points for my reviews, but I didn't do that for this one. I just kind of talked about what was on my mind. But I mentioned, hang on, turn it up a little bit.
It's crazy. I thought it was like I thought I was being punked when I was watching it.
Do you think I should put a clip of Ashton Kutcher in there punking somebody? Is that worth it, you think? I think maybe I could do, was there like a theme song to Punked? Can't remember. Did you guys watch Punked on MTV? Do you know what that reference is? I'm so old, you might not even fucking know what it is. Let's see if there was a theme song. There's a theme song. Should I play that as an overlay? Hold on, I'm going to bring it in here and I'll show you guys. I think I should, actually. I kind of feel good about it. Hold on. Let's see. I got to grab the clip real quick. It's only like 15 seconds, but I'll just put it in as like an overlay. Maybe, if you guys are into it. Let's see. Download it. Bring this in real quick. So let me put it up top. Top layer. Get up there. Up here. So it's this clip. Do you guys ever watch Punked? It's this. It's Ashton Kutcher. Man. Dude. Who here has seen that? Man, I used to fucking love this show. Did you guys ever see the one where they punked Justin Timberlake and they made him think the IRS was coming to like take all his furniture and shit? I mean, priceless stuff. Let me, I'll start here. I think I have to put this in though, right? Let me just make it like 5 seconds. See what happens. 4 seconds. Let me see if you guys have a comment on that. Is this stupid? Should I put this in? Let me see. No, Ashton Kutcher. I mean, right? I don't really like him either, Anthony, but I just feel like I'm talking about being punked, you know?
Hold on. Is two things.
Just him punching the camera. That might be kind of cool. Let's see. I'll just do that quick. Little punch. Punked. And that's it. I'll just do that. That won't even explain it. Did I clip this yet? I can't tell. Did I clip it? Wait a minute.
I thought I was being punked when I was watching it.
Yeah, right there. Now, Anthony, that's gold, right? If I put that in there right when I say that? No? Am I the only one that thinks that's gold? Somebody tell me. I mean, I'm talking about a movie about Planner's Peanut as an attack robot. I mean, you know, that turns into a hero at some point in the movie. I mean, I feel like I should be able to do this. Let me see.
When I was watching it. Another thing.
God, I'm my biggest fan, guys. I don't know why that tickles me so much. By the way, I got to show you guys something. Oh my God. I just realized this. I assume you guys, because y'all are my crew, I'm assuming you guys will watch this when it comes out. But if not, I've got to show you my intro. Hang on. So I do this thing where, especially when it's not scripted like this, where, like, if I just think of something, I'd be like, oh my God, that'd be good for that. And I'll just do it. So sometimes it's almost better to fly off the cuff like this. But here's my intro. So I said this in the beginning, and I did this little cold open, like 10 seconds. And then after I recorded it, I was like, oh my God, you know what would be great to cut in right there? And then watch this, I did it. Hold on.
Well,
So-
guys, Netflix did it again. They took a dump in a box and they threw it up on their service as their #1 movie recommended to me this past week.
Hey, if you want me to take a dump in a box and mark it guaranteed, I will. I got spare time.
I gotta tell you, I don't really want to do
Anybody?
this.
Anybody? Does anybody? Oh my God, was that good or is that just me? Like, I love that. Tommy Boy. Hold on.
Me this past week.
Hey, if you want me to take a dump in a box and mark it guaranteed, I will. I got spare time.
I gotta tell you,
Oh, I'm so sorry. I cracked myself up. Let me know if you guys think that's good or not. I don't know. Oh my God. Okay. Let me stop jerking myself off here and get back to what I was doing. But I really like that Tommy Boy insert. Thank
Already
you guys.
developing
Thank you
it.
guys.
but if you're just one of the regular population,
All right, so
you
that's
don't
that.
really know what's on the horizon, and it's exciting and scary. And I think that a film from Planner's Peanuts in robot form shows up to give a rousing speech to other robots to charge the field during war. Mr. Peanuts with the monocle and the cane and the whole shit. I mean, it was crazy. I thought it was like I thought I was being punked when I was watching it. Another thing that really
All right, so I'm gonna have to take the poster out when I do that. Did you guys see that? I'm still here, by the way, guys. I just may look away while I'm editing. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. This is cool. Let me know if you guys would like this as a member perk too. I'm definitely not going to do it as like a public live stream very often. I'm going to do it a couple times because I want to test it out. But did that disappear? Yeah, it did. Okay.
punked when I was watching it. Another thing that really pisses me off about
I
this
like that.
movie is two things. So where do I start? Let me start with Millie Bobby Brown. Okay, she is a young
I
actress
got fired up.
truth be told,
So this is where I think I got repetitive, so I might ask for y'all's help. But I love Millie Bobby Brown, and like I was saying a minute ago to you guys, I talk about it on this review too. I'm pissed at the choices that she's making, but I try to like, not be too ugly about it. But I don't want to repeat myself, like make the same points.
where do I start? Let me start with Millie Bobby Brown.
Actually, you know what? Before I do that, let me bring in this background so I know where to do my next clip. So 407, so we'll say like 447-ish. Okay. All right, so where was I here, right?
I was being punked when I was watching it. Another thing that really pisses me off about this movie is two things. So where do I start? Let me start with Millie Bobby Brown. Okay, she is a young actress who, truth be told, I love. I loved her as 11 in Stranger Things. I feel like that character of 11.
Okay, so I'm going to put a marker right here.
Love. I loved her as 11 in Stranger Things.
Okay, so I'm going to put a marker right here. 11 Stranger Things image. I'll just do like a static image of her as 11 there.
I feel like that character of 11 that she harnessed and she essentially introduced to the world and brought to life, regardless of how it was written or whatever, it would not have worked without her performance bringing it to life and being such a layered character in that way because, 11 was essentially a character that was kind of learning in real time our way of doing things and going from a mute in the first season to, what she ended up becoming by the end of the series. And her performance was really, really great in that way. I really loved her in that movie.
Okay, so I stopped there, so this might be enough. So I made my point, right, that I liked her in Stranger Things. That's the problem, is that I feel like I talked about it again. So I got to remember that. So at the 5-minute mark, Gustavo, I agree with you, and that's what bums me out. I see your comment there about Millie. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, but I just equated her, at least when she was on her Stranger Things run, and even the first Enola Holmes even, I was kind of like, okay, get your bag, that's cool. But then ever since that, I'm just like, we're doing this over and over and over again? Like, I mean, has she done any TV even? I don't think she's even done any TV that I'm aware of. She's obviously super popular, has a huge influence on social media and all that stuff, and, I don't know, man. I'm trying to think of, because I mentioned on this video, actually, it's coming up here in a minute. But by the way, if my kids wake up, I'll have to end the stream, guys. But they're asleep, and my wife's out of town, so I think I'm okay for a little while. But you never know with my 6-year-old. But on this video, I mentioned like Jennifer Lawrence, Emma Stone, Natalie Portman, like all started around the same age as she did, or even maybe a little bit younger, with somebody like Natalie Portman in The Professional. And I mean, look at the choices they made and the careers that they have, What do I say here?
I really loved her on that show.
Yeah, so I said that already.
And not only that, as
Okay, let's see what I got here. You guys will hear me talking shit about myself on this thing too, for sure. Because I hate, like, that's why I listen in high speed, because I really hate listening to myself back.
I really loved her in that movie. And not only that, as I'm watching Stranger Things and as I'm living through that series, which by the way is one of the very few TV series that I've stuck with. I don't do a lot of TV. I do mostly movies. My
Yeah,
wife
talked
watches
about
TV
it
in this
again.
house. But that show we watch together, and I watch the new season when it comes
Taking all
out
this
every
out.
year, and sometimes multiple years in between. But whatever. But as I'm following the show, I'm thinking to myself, Millie Bobby Brown is growing up before our eyes. She is going to grow up to be, in her 20s, 30s, whatever.
Here we go. This is where I talk about that. So, I think this is where I mentioned Jennifer Lawrence and Natalie Portman. I think so. I'm gonna take this whole thing out, guys. I made the point.
Way I really loved her in that.
Whoa, what did I say? I said movie. Hold on. What the fuck am I talking about?
In the first season, to what she ended up becoming by the end of the series.
Okay, I stop there, right? Yeah, I can stop there. I don't need to say that I really loved her in that movie. Stranger Things is not even a movie. What the fuck am I talking about? Okay.
What she ended up becoming by the end of the series. Millie Bobby Brown is growing up before our eyes. She is going to grow up to be, in her 20s, 30s, whatever. The next Jennifer Lawrence, the next Natalie Portman.
See, there we go. I did mention that. So, move this out of my way. I hate when I zoom in too much on those waveforms, because then it gives the impression that it's like a huge gap between speech, which it's like a millisecond. So I just have to remember that. I don't take out all these, by the way, but I don't know. I'm annoyed with the way this whole review went, conversation-wise. So I'm just like deleting a bunch of it. Yeah, she was in the Godzilla movies, Anthony. She played his daughter, right? Yeah, but she didn't. But that's another like big budget action thing, though. That doesn't. I mean, I thought she was fine in those. This heater is making me fucking hot out here, guys. I thought, she did fine in it, but it didn't show off her skills, in my opinion. I'm happy that she's making money. Don't get me wrong, but
to what she ended up becoming by the end of the series. Millie Bobby Brown is growing up before our eyes. She is going to grow up to be, in her 20s, 30s, whatever. The next Jennifer Lawrence, the next Natalie Portman. At this point, you could say the next Mikey Madison, who just won the Academy Award this year. A young, beautiful actress who goes on to take on these very challenging, dramatic roles. You can have an action movie every once in a while, sure, why not? You can have a romantic comedy even. Jennifer Lawrence does that beautifully. Natalie Portman's done it.
okay. So let's see what
But no, so far, Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah. Oh, this is where I'm gonna have to cut in all of her resume or whatever. Let's see. But what do you guys? I mean, do you think? Am I crazy, or do you think that she has the ability to be like? I don't even really want to talk about Oscars necessarily. That's not what I'm saying. I just mean like have the ability to like make an impression in a non-action, like dumb action movie. Like I feel like she could do it. I mean, I mean, I'm going on really Stranger Things, and that's kind of a small sample size, I guess. But I don't know, she was always my favorite part of that show, and I thought the performance spoke to that because it was so, like every season was kind of a different version of that character. Much like she was growing up in age, the character was, experiencing growth throughout the series because, she started as a novice that was essentially an alien, and, turned into what she turned into, and by the end of the series. And I thought that her performance really was good.
Portman's done it. But no, so far, Millie Bobby Brown has really only appeared in the shitty Netflix, straight to streaming, action CGI vomit fests.
I don't like those movies. Gray Man was okay. I know she wasn't in that, but I mean, for the most part, the Netflix action stuff, like with The Rock and the Red, what was it? What was it? Not Red One. That was the Christmas movie. What was the one that with Gal Gadot that he was in with? Red something. Anyway, I don't know. I just don't. I don't. I mean, are they entertaining? Sure. I mean, sometimes, but I don't like to see a young actress or young performer waste away in this like realm of like movies that nobody's going to remember. 5 years from now, nobody's going to remember The Electric State, except the people that maybe worked on the film. None of us are going to remember it. And that's a shame. I mean, I think at least Enola Holmes will be somewhat remembered, that series. And I know they're doing a third one too, which I don't frankly agree with. But at least that might have a little bit of a lasting value to it. But what else? I mean, Stranger Things is her only thing, frankly, in my opinion, that will have a lasting impression. Was it Red Note? I see your comment there, Anthony. You might be right. So I'm going to have to put in some movie posters here. Let me listen to what I say here. I think I might mention the movies that she's done recently.
Netflix, straight to streaming, action CGI vomit fest. And we have another one here that Millie Bobby Brown is, frankly, the best part of. And it's not a good movie, and it's not something worthy of her potential. I just don't like the choices that are being made, either on her behalf or if she's choosing, money versus, like, stature in the industry. And, I'm glad that she's making money.
All right, so is that point made there? Because I feel like I keep going on this, and I hate when I do that. I don't want to cut it short if I haven't made my point, but I think I did. Also, get these damn clips out of my way here. Hold on, let me take these back a little bit. Yeah, so I think I made my point okay there.
That Millie Bobby Brown is, frankly, the best part of. And it's not a good movie, and it's not.
So I'm going to take out that little pause. You see what I do for you guys? This will get you guys are awesome, but this will get 200 views. And I'm out here till all hours of the night doing this,
Part of. It's not a good movie, and it's not
It'll
something
happen
worthy
for me one day. You guys are the best, though.
And it's not something worthy of her potential. I just don't like the choices that are being made, either on her behalf or if she's choosing, money versus, like, stature in the industry. And, I'm glad that she's making money. But aside from that, I just feel like the choices are just, not doing her justice. And this
see, so I already said that. Okay, so that's what I hate at what I do. That's why I do bullet points. I mean, I should tell you guys my process because you guys are my familia. But I do bullet points when I do most of my videos. So I don't know if you've ever noticed, on my long form videos, like the one I released today about Wicked or whatever, there's always not a script because I still kind of just say whatever I'm going to say, but I have it sectioned off to okay, I want to talk about this. So then I talk about it. And then it's when I'm done talking about it, okay, I want to talk about this, and I hit the different points or whatever. So it's more like an outline or like a summary, and then I just elaborate as I'm talking, and then I'll take out any redundancies, when I edit. But for movie reviews, I don't really, because like I said before, these videos aren't lucrative for me, and they don't even really get a lot of views. When they do, I'm always shocked, like a complete unknown. Got 15,000. I'm like, what? So I don't know if that was the Bob Dylan factor or what, but my movie reviews don't really get. It's more so my awards season stuff, and my countdowns and rankings and predictions and that kind of shit. So I do spend extra time on those. And the reason I'm doing this session with you guys tonight is because this should really be a pretty easy edit. And but I need to cut it down because I'm already at 6 minutes, which annoys me. So let me see. So the whole thing is 12 and a half. And I mean, look at all this shit, I got to take some of this out. Especially since it's a movie I didn't like. So there's some silence in there, but I don't like when I do that. Did I put my yeah, I did. Okay. Let me do about 40 seconds here. Let's see. 35-ish. So we'll put it right there. Let's see. Red Note, as a fellow ranter, I can enjoy a good rant. Yeah, I know, but so part of my whole philosophy with my movie channel, and I don't know if you guys, because you guys are regulars for me, so I don't know if you've noticed this, or maybe that's why you're attracted to the channel, but I just talk to you. Literally my approach is you're here with me, and I'm just hey, this is fucking crazy, isn't it? And that's how I talk, So, that's generally my approach with my videos and definitely on my live streams. And like my award season coverage is like what I get the most traction for, but it's the same conversation I would have with a friend at work about, Honora or whatever. So that's always been my approach with YouTube in general. But when I do my long form videos, especially as of late, I do put a lot of effort into like being articulate and like getting my points across and like, because it's all my opinion at the end of the day. But what's really pissed me off lately is that I haven't had time to do like the proper research, with my kids and everything else. And like, I hate when I miss a fact. And believe me, YouTube watchers will tell you when you miss a fact, like within seconds of the video going up. So like, I misspoke on my most recent video when I was doing my Wicked video. I misspoke and said that Cate Blanchett had won the actress award, which she has, but it wasn't for the one that I said she won for. And so, of course, there was like two people that was like, she didn't win for that one, she won for this one. And I knew that, but I just didn't say it properly on the video, and I didn't catch it in the edit. I just hate when I do shit like that too, because I don't want to like damage my credibility or whatever whatever you would call it. But thank you for the comment, Gustavo, and thanks for being a member. You're the best. I mean, I just want to talk to you guys about movies. I mean, that's basically what it's about, And I've had a lot of great growth in the last like year.
For Lawrence does that beautifully
On the channel because
but
of
no,
people like
so
you
far,
guys.
Millie Bobby Brown has really only appeared in the shitty Netflix straight to streaming action CGI vomit fest. And we have another one here that Millie Bobby Brown is frankly the best part of. It's not a good
So I'm going to cover up that cut right there with this.
best part
Another
of.
one right
It's
after
not a
it.
good movie, and it's not something worth.
Actually, you know what? I could cover up both of them. I think it's the length of the. Yep, look at that. I'll cover up both of them.
Good movie. It's not a good movie, and it's not something worthy of her potential. I just don't like the choices that are being made, either on her behalf or if she's choosing, money versus like stature in the industry. And I'm glad that she's making money. Aside from that, I just feel like the choices are just like not doing her justice. And this is another one.
Okay,
She had
so I said
Damsel,
that.
which was not great. She fights a dragon. I think that one. I barely remember it. It was not good.
That was kind of funny though. Now I have to leave that in there. Hold on.
Not doing her justice. And this is another one. She had Damsel, which was not great. She
So
fights a
this
dragon. I
right-
think that one. I barely.
And that was the other one, by the way. Damsel. What the fuck was that? Let's see. Hold on.
Which was not
So I talk about that one, which was kind of funny, I think, because I mentioned.
not doing her justice. And this is another one. She had Damsel.
So right there. So she had Damsel. Did you guys hear what I said? Hold on.
That she's making money. She had Damsel, which was not great. She fights a dragon, I think, in that one. I barely remember it. It was not good.
What the fuck? I gotta leave that in there though, right? Okay, so that's the Damsel poster. Let's see.
She had Damsel.
Yeah, so I'll do that one. Let me grab that poster real quick. Is that what happened, Freda? Welcome, Freda, by the way. I love you. I'm so glad you popped in. She says Millie's parents got her stuck in a Netflix slave deal. I mean, you would think so. I mean, look at all the. I mean, aside from the Godzilla movies, has she even done anything that's not on Netflix? I'm not even kidding. Like, I'm not trying to be funny. I don't think she has. So you might be right. I'm not familiar with the story there, but I mean, it's ridiculous. She's just better than that, in my opinion. Let's see. What did I say? Oh, Damsel. Damsel movie poster. Man, what a bummer. I wanted this one to be good too. Like I'm about to drag this poster in here in a second. Why Google's getting weirder by the day, guys. Why wouldn't you just show me the like IMDb poster? Why are you showing me like to buy it on Walmart? Let's see. Let me save this real quick. So this one right here, Damsel, okay, was another Netflix property. That was another one of these like action, spectacles. I don't know how much this one cost. I can assure you it wasn't $320 million. Or at least maybe it was. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't speak so soon because I can't believe this one was. So I'm just going to cover this bad boy up with this one. I'm not going to put a drop shadow on that, should I? put a drop shadow on it. You guys convince me. Change the perspective a little bit. Probably do that for like 5 seconds, maybe. Let's see here.
Damsel, which was not great. She fights a dragon, I think, in that one. I barely remember it. It was not good. She obviously has the...
What in God's name? Why do I think I'm so funny? I'm not really that funny, am I? Am I that funny? I just cracked myself up. All right, what did I
barely
say?
remember it. It was not good. She obviously has the Enola Holmes films, which...
Enola Holmes, okay.
She has the Enola Holmes films, which...
All right, so I'll pull in just one Enola Holmes poster, I think. You know, if she had stopped to Freda's point, and I know they got the sequels got greenlit because of the success of the first one, but if she had stopped after Enola Holmes, because that was okay, and it was, you know, a fairly interesting premise, you know, Henry Cavill and the whole thing, like, you know, it was charming, and I thought it served her talent, you know, but we didn't stop there, you know, we kept going and going. That's not, is that the poster? What the hell? This might be the ugliest movie poster I've seen in like a decade. Hang on, I'm gonna show you guys. Good God, this is ugly. Enola Holmes poster. Let's see here. Put that up there. Is that a is it just me, or what the hell is happening in this poster? I don't know. Maybe I'm being too hard on it, but that's a weird looking poster. All right, let's bring this down to like 65, I guess. I shouldn't have put a drop shadow on the other one, because now I want to put one on this one. Ugh. I just said I don't spend extra time on these guys, and look at me. I just gotta make it quality for you guys, you know? Just gotta make it quality. I heard the chat. I'll be there in a second. Let's see. Okay, so
he has the Enola Holmes films, which the first one you could kind of go, okay, it's a cute little spin on Sherlock Holmes thing, and she's charming in it. All right, but now it's like a cash grab, just like everything else I'm talking about. Because they had 2, and I know 3's coming out next year. And what are we doing? I mean, let's give her a script that can actually have her act and show us what she can do.
There you go. Okay, so that's enough for that. I'm gonna keep going though. Freda, if you're still here, I was like really criticizing myself earlier, because I hate when I do these movie reviews that I don't script out in advance, because I just end up saying the same shit over and over again. And we're already at 6.5 minutes, and I've been cutting out redundancies. Does anybody want to watch like a 8+ minute review of fucking, what is the name of this movie again? Electric State? No one does. So anyway, I hate myself. Let's see. What are you guys saying? Here I am. The Extraction movies are great Netflix movies, says Anthony, although they should have been released theatrically. Yeah, they were good. Extraction 2 was really good. Like, I really like that one. I think that one, was that last year? Or was that, no, that was the year before last, I think. But Extraction 2 was in my, like, top 25 of that year. Like, I thought it was really good. I was like, oh my God, this is fucking great. Yeah, I agree with you. Why are we not releasing shit in the theater? Although that may have been the COVID thing too, though. But I mean, Netflix is not going to get a pass from me. In fact, do I talk about that on this video? I think I do. Where did I talk about that? I just ranted about, I think Anthony was saying he likes a good rant. But I was just ranting about Netflix. Oh, it was on my live stream last night. I don't know if you guys were there or not, but last night I did a live stream talking about, you know, upcoming films and stuff, and I went on this rant about Netflix because they have so many movies, or the Oscar season coming up has so many movies that should be in the conversation, but they're Netflix. So I'm like, well, shit, you know, I don't know if they're going to succeed. You know, like Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein comes to mind right away. Train Dreams. Shit, I can't even remember. There's like 5 or 6 movies that are like top tier possible Oscar candidates that are Netflix. Which, I don't know why that pisses me off, but it just pisses me off. They're not dedicated to theatrical, so I hate it. But yes, Distraction was good, and I wish they had put it in the theater. Patty Boy, what's up? Thanks for being here, and thank you so much for your comment. I appreciate it. Gustavo, you might like Enola Holmes. I would. The second one was a piece of shit, and they're doing the third one, which honestly I was surprised by. But I guess they're trying to round it out as a trilogy, so whatever. I mean, it can't be worse than two. Two sucked, in my opinion. But the first one was charming. You know, it had a cute premise. You know, kind of built off the whole Sherlock Holmes lore. So, and if you like Millie Bobby Brown, it was a good vehicle for her. Unlike this, you know, it did, and she was much younger. That was like 5 years ago, maybe. So she was much younger than she is now. So it kind of, you know, worked too because of where she was in her career. But so do I need to cut this here? What the hell is? Oh, that's the Electric State. Okay, I thought I talked about another one that she was in. I was going to put 3 posters up there, but I didn't. Okay.
Out next year. And what are we doing? I mean, let's give her a script that can actually have her act and show us what she can do. The other part of that, as much as I love Millie Bobby Brown, frankly, she should not have been the best part of this from a performance standpoint. And here's why. Here's some of the actors that.
Okay, I got to put the cast list up. So you guys are going to be fucking. I don't know who's seen this. And actually, even if you had seen it, you might not know some of these names. Let me figure out where to cut this.
As much as I love Millie Bobby Brown, frankly, she.
All right, there we go. Okay, so did I mention that?
That can actually have her act and show us what she can do. The other part of that, as much as I love Millie Bobby Brown, frankly, she should not.
Did I say she was the best part of that? I did, right?
All right. But now it's like a cash grab, just like everything else I'm talking about, because they had 2 and I know 3 coming out next year. And what are we doing? I mean, let's give her a script that can actually have her act and show us what she can do. The other part of that, as much as I love Millie Bobby Brown, frankly, she should not have been the best part of this from a performance standpoint.
Would it be okay if I started at frankly there? That would make sense, right?
Frankly, she should not have been the best part of this.
Because I said she was the best part of it, right? Do you guys remember? I'm so sorry. I think I said it, though, already. So that would be in reference to what I said a few seconds ago. So I think I can start there.
That can actually have her act and show us what she can do. Frankly, she should not have been the best part of this from a performance standpoint. And here's why. Here's some of the actors that are credited in the Electric State.
Yeah. So I'm going to have to take out this part where I'm looking at the cast list on IMDb. But holy shit, wait till you see this. I'm going to put up a letterbox screenshot, I think, or IMDb. But let me take out some of the silence real quick. This cast list, guys, when I'm going to show it to you here in a second. Holy shit. And I might actually dive in to see like the budget, because some of these actors, I mean, we're probably talking like tens of millions for minimal roles. Like there's I won't say prominent, but there's a pretty memorable character in the movie that is Millie's foster father, played by Jason Alexander, okay? George Costanza from Seinfeld. The dude never acts. He's in like one movie every 5 years. He did this, okay? Believe me, he didn't do it for any notoriety in his career. He did it for a paycheck, I'll just tell you. But shit like that, the actors that just like pop up in this, whether it's a voice role, because the robots are all voiced by Coleman Domingo's in this as a voice actor. 2-time Oscar nominee. Coleman Domingo's in this. Hold on, let me find the fucking cast thing. Or where did I start at? I started here.
Electric State. Chris Pratt.
Oh, no, hold on. Sorry, back here.
Show us what she can do. Frankly, she should not have been the best part of this from a performance standpoint. And here's why. Here's some of the actors that are credited in the Electric State. Chris Pratt, Stanley Tucci, Woody Harrelson, Giancarlo Esposito, Jason Alexander, Holly Hunter, Coleman Domingo, Oscar-nominated Coleman Domingo, Alan Tudyk, Hank Azaria. I'm going to stop there, okay?
All right, so should I, tell me in the chat, as a viewer of this review, should I put up headshots of all of those actors in the edit, or should I just put up the cast list as I'm reading it? What would be more aesthetically pleasing, or what would you prefer? I mean, or do you not care? Because obviously the easiest thing for me is just to put up a screenshot of the cast list. But if it makes more sense, so I'm trying to think of what I would want to see. So
Oscar-nominated Coleman Domingo, Alan Tudyk, Hank Azaria, the Electric State. Chris Pratt, Stanley Tucci, Woody Harrelson, Giancarlo Esposito, Jason Alexander, Holly Hunter, Coleman Domingo, Oscar-nominated Coleman Domingo, Alan Tudyk, Hank Azaria. I'm going to stop there, okay?
Should I do headshots of them for those? I can do markers, so you guys don't have to watch
the Electric State. Chris Pratt, Stanley Tucci, Woody Harrelson, Giancarlo Esposito, Jason.
Yeah, Anthony. I'm just like, what the fuck are we doing, man?
Chris Pratt
Okay, where did I...
in The Electric State. Chris Pratt.
Okay, so right here. So I'll do... you guys tell me. But should I do... I think I'm going to do their headshots for this. Like, kind of like a little montage over this part. Because I'm not going to put them from the movie, because some of them are robots in the movie, so you won't even know who they are if I do that. So I'll do like their headshot or you know, a prominent picture of them, whatever, at some award show or in some other movie or something. I'm thinking. Or I could just do the cast list. I don't know. You guys tell me. I'll go back to the chat to see what you said. But I'm curious, so since I trust you guys and I know you'll watch it, tell me if... Listen to this part and tell me if, and I'll come back and look. Tell me if I should just put the cast list up there as I'm saying it, or if I should do like a 1 to 2 second, like, you know, Chris Pratt, Coleman Domingo, Stanley Tucci, and just kind of go through it like a bam, 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 bam montage.
In The Electric State. Chris Pratt, Stanley Tucci, Woody Harrelson, Giancarlo Esposito, Jason Alexander, Holly Hunter, Coleman Domingo, Oscar nominated Coleman Domingo, Alan Tudyk, Hank Azaria. I'm going to stop there, okay? This movie cost...
Wait, why are there so many fucking people in this? Money, right? Money. So how many did I just list? I just listed like 8, right? So if they all got like 10 million, that's 80 million right there, just to have them in it. Some of them probably worked a day, honestly, after seeing it. More silence here. But see, I do this thing where, and I know Anthony lovingly said that he likes a good rant, but when I don't script it out and a movie pisses me off and I don't like it, I rant. Because I'm just like, first of all, what could I do in my life with $320, let alone $320 million, okay? But what could Hollywood do with that money? Honora, I mean, I hate to compare Honora to the Electric State. That's not what I'm doing. But Honora, that just won all the prominent Academy Awards this year and was one of my favorite movies of the year, was made for $6 million. And it's something that will be remembered for the next 100 years, if for no other reason than as an Academy Award winner, as a Best Picture winner. The Electric State for $320 million? Like, Millie Bobby Brown's like grandparents probably won't even remember this movie after they see it. I mean, it's just a shame. It really is.
Coleman Domingo, Alan Tudyk, Hank Azaria. I'm going to stop there, okay? This movie cost $320 million to make.
So I have to leave that. Or do I have to leave that in there? 20. I don't have to say to make. Why am I so redundant, Freda? Is she still here? Talk me down from being so redundant here. I don't like this. Also, I need to wrap this shit up. It's already at 7 minutes on this edit. You guys are going to be like, when I post this tomorrow, and it's like 20 minutes, you're going to be like, what the hell did he do when he ended the call? All right, let's see. Let me read a couple of your comments real quick. Happy St. Patrick's Day, Patty Boy. Man, you got the user handle for that. My mic and camera is excellent, top-notch production value. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. Oh, let's see. Let me go back a little bit. Yeah, Anthony's saying he liked the first Enola Holmes, which that's kind of what I said there too. So Gustavo said he doesn't think there's a need for the headshots. I think the cast list will do. Coleman Domingo was in this. What a random list of people. What's up, SCW? Thanks for joining, man. The Brutalist cost $9.6 million. Conclave cost $20 million. Yeah, I mean, you guys see what I'm saying? I mean, and those are movies that like people will remember, like possibly forever. I mean, definitely for a long fucking time. And I mean, I don't know. Is there like a price tag on like the importance of in like cinema history? You know what I mean? You can't put a price tag on that. You can't, buy your way to that. I'm not saying that Electric State had any, hallucinations that they were going to be doing that, but so you guys just said cast list. Is that right? You guys cool with that? All right. I'll just do the cast list. I mean, that's definitely a lot. I mean, who said that? Gustavo. Yeah, that's definitely a lot more work for me if I don't do that. And all those names, too, ironically, I think everybody's going to know without a picture of them, pretty much. I mean, everybody knows all those people, so I'll just do a cast list. Gustavo says Dune 2 was 190 million. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't equate that in the same way. Well, first of all, it's only 190 as opposed to 320, but I don't equate that in the same way just because, kind of like what you said, that's an adaptation of like a beloved like franchise. You know, like if somebody were to start from scratch and remake Star Wars next year, I mean, I want them to spend money. Do you get what I'm saying? Whereas if it's a one-off Netflix action movie, I mean, why? I mean, I get really pissed. That's what I was about to lead into earlier, and that might come out a little bit here in my rant, my review, because I just feel like that money could be allocated to so much better art, you know? And not only that, the people involved. I mean, Millie Bobby Brown specifically, like
Nominated Coleman
give her something to do.
Domingo, Alan Tudyk, Hank Azaria. I'm going to stop there, okay? This movie cost $320 million. Now, first of all, I don't even know if this had a theatrical release, but if it did, it was obviously super minimal. It didn't play around me, and it's on Netflix now. It just came out on Netflix this past Friday, I think. So for all intents and purposes, it is a straight-to-streaming action film.
Did it have a theatrical release? I feel like I should know that for this video, but I don't think it did. Or maybe I'll just take that part out.
It was obviously super minimal. It didn't play around me.
That's good. I'll just stop right there. Because that way I won't be wrong. If it did have a theatrical. I don't think it did, though. I don't know if you guys know or not, if I could Google it, but I think I'm just going to take that part out. I need to cut it down anyway. Gustavo says, oh yeah, as a positive, it was 190. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely, yeah. No, without a doubt, you can see the budget on the screen. And you can't with this. You can't. I mean, what was, I feel like there was another movie that was like that recently, that was like the budget was so stratospheric that you're like, the fuck did they spend this on? It was very recent too. Oh, it may have been Mickey 17 actually, which I actually kind of liked. I don't know if you guys watched my review of it, but I actually kind of liked Mickey 17. But what was that one? That one was like 170 million or something like that. I don't know. I just really love Bong Joon-ho. He's a fucking wild man, that guy. Like, his movies are so just, like, thought-provoking. And, like, you just watch him going, man, I fucking like this guy. You know? That's what I feel like when I'm watching those movies. And there's some of his that haven't hit with me. And then there's some that I would call, like, masterpieces. You know? Like, Parasite's one of my favorite movies of all time, period. Full stop. And I liked Mickey 17, but at the same time, I was like, 170 million? Like, I don't know. It was so like, it looked like it had like a very bleak atmosphere and was very like monotone. I don't know. It just didn't seem like a high price tag film. But I mean, I liked it. It was one of those movies where you really couldn't see the cost on screen, really.
Well, it didn't play around.
It did have good visual effects, though. I mean, it could be a visual effects player. I just think it came out too early in the year for award season. But, you know, Golden Globes. My buddy Hanacast was actually talking about that earlier on a stream he was doing. Like Pattinson and VFX, maybe Golden Globes. But, I don't know. I feel like the early release might hurt it. And it's got a pretty bad reception overall, too, I think.
It didn't play around me. $320 million is frankly ridiculous for what we get in this movie. And it makes me wonder about just the plight of humanity. Like, I'm literally at a loss for like how I even feel about it because...
That's good, right? It makes me worry about the plight of humanity. Oh my God, I went too far there. But I'm going to leave it. Fuck it.
I'm literally at a loss for like how I even feel about it because...
Let's stop there. I think I go off right here, guys. But I'm going to stop there, I think. I need to put in my other clip, too. So I had the posters here. So the clip ends at 5:50. So let's go to like 6:50. Let's go right there. All right, let's see what's up here. Patty boy, I got you, man. I got you. Hang on a second. I say I got you, but I also don't know what the hell I'm doing, so stand by. You fed the jar there, though. I threw that thing up. Get the hell out of my way. You know, I need a second like monitor out here. Is this on the screen? Oh, there it is. I was about to be pissed. Okay, here you go, Patty boy. I don't like it there though. Where should I put this? You guys tell me where to put this. Because I have the text right there. I guess I'll just put it on top of this thing. That's my guy right there. Now let's see what Patty boy's got going. Found your channel during awards. I look forward to what you do next. You have great takes. What are your favorite Irish-themed movies? State of Grace and The Departed for you. State of Grace is baller, and so is The Departed. Those are two of mine too. Hang on a second. Let me, because I can tell you right now when I get asked questions like this that I answer, and then the best movies. And then I get pissed because I forget like my absolute favorite one. And I'll be like, oh my God, I forgot to say that one. Hold on, let's see if there's any of mine that pop up here. Man, Google is like, just sucks lately. I don't know what's going on with Google. It didn't show up right now, but is Banshees of Inisherin, does that count? I don't know. I just want to say Banshees of Inisherin. I mean, it's in Ireland, right? I think, unless I'm crazy. So I would say the Boondock Saints for sure. Definitely The Departed, State of Grace. What else? Oh, Leprechaun. Dude, I'm a horror fanatic. You guys know that. So, yeah, see, I would have forgotten to mention Leprechaun. Really, all the fucking Leprechauns are stupid. Like, the dumbest shit you will ever see. And I love it. And also, a little trivia for you. Jennifer Aniston's first film role was in the original Leprechaun movie. She was hot in that movie, too. I mean, not that she ever has not been, but she was in that movie too. Let's see what else. I don't know if there's a ton really. There's this article I can click on. Let's see if there's any in here. Throw them up in the chat if you guys have some. Somebody put Barry Lyndon from Kubrick. I mean, I guess. The Wonder. Yeah, that movie was okay. Oh, you know, I'm going to say, I didn't see this one either, so I am thinking about this on my own. I'm going to say Irish Wish with Lindsay Lohan. You're goddamn right. Another cheesy-ass rom-com. So it's basically a holiday, like a Christmas rom-com, but St. Patrick's Day. Stupid, right? Absolutely atrocious. I loved it. I loved it. I love Lindsay Lohan so much, though. She's always been one of my peeps, like 20-plus years. I love her, so that's probably why, but... It's on Netflix. We're just talking about Netflix. But Irish Wish. Oh, Banshees is on this list. So, yeah, Banshees of Inisherin I can do. The Departed I can do. Yeah. None of these other ones are really speaking to me, though. Wolfwalkers is a good call. The animated film that was the Apple TV original. That's a great animated film that came out during COVID. Brave. Would Brave count? Is she Irish or is she Scottish? Shit, I can't remember. Is the princess in the Disney Pixar Brave Irish or Scottish? Does anybody know? Other than that, I'm not seeing anything else. Somebody put Belfast on here. Girl, bye. I'm not really seeing any other ones that really speak to me. Patty. Once. The music movie Once, that's a good one. Because it takes place in Dublin. I could see that one. I mean, it doesn't really scream St. Paddy's Day to me, but it's a great movie. I love it. Sing Street as well. Yeah, Sing Street's another one that takes place in Dublin that I love. I mean, can you count that? If they're like, take place in Ireland? I mean, I guess so if I'm doing it for Banshees. There's a lot of movies on this list, though. You want me to drop this in the chat? Yeah, let me see if I can share this in the chat with you guys if you want to see this list. There's a lot of movies on this list. Let me go back. But thank you for the super chat, Patty. You're awesome. Oh my God, is this going to work? It's such a long URL. Jesus Christ. Is that clickable for you guys in the chat? Why is it so long? Anyway, that's the article I was just looking at. If you guys can click on it and check it out. If you can't click on it and check it out, don't try to type that in the thing. I'm sorry. You know what I can do? I think maybe if I put it in YouTube, because I'm putting it on my software. Is it clickable? Does anybody know? Let's see. Maybe if I put it in here. Oh yeah, it's clickable in YouTube. Okay. So that worked. All right, I'm gonna have to as I said, I was gonna go to 11, so I think I'm gonna have to end the stream. Let me see if you guys have any other questions though before I do that, because I want you guys to know that I'm here for you. But I get nervous because my wife's out of town, so she went on a work trip to Texas. And by the way, I assume she's not watching this in her hotel room, or she would be commenting and dropping all kinds of super chats for me. I'm kidding. But I love my wife. In case she is watching, no, I really do love my wife. So what I'm gonna do is, this is gonna be up tomorrow. So you guys are OGs, okay? So this is gonna be up tomorrow. And I think I mentioned on my live stream last night, I'm not sure who heard it and who didn't, but I'm doing one long form video Monday, Wednesday, Friday, as long as I can. So this week I have all of them recorded. It's just a matter of editing them, but I didn't want to do an editing session like this for those because they're very intricate, very intricate. So I don't know if you guys saw, but today actually was the Monday, right? So Wicked, kind of like study that I did came out today. So basically it was just a video on, is Wicked going to be successful at next year's Oscars? And I kind of break down why I think it will be. And then Wednesday's release is, I can show you guys if you want. Let me see if I can reshare that again. Also, because I'm like working on my thumbnails, I've been spending way too much time like researching. Well, maybe not. I mean, hopefully it's not too much time. But by the way, thanks again, Patty Boy. You're the man. I love that. Thank you so much. Let me show you guys. So I'm working on these videos. Actually, I want y'all's opinion on my thumbnails. So this would actually be great. And then I'll end the stream with this. So please comment on what I'm about to share with you if I can figure out how to fucking do it, which is a whole other thing. Yes. No, just kidding. That's the wrong thing. Or is it the right thing? No, that's the wrong thing. My Canva. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so let me show you a couple of these. So obviously I just showed you this one. So this will be, let me move this out of the way real quick. So this will be for this one. And then let me show you what I got coming up on the channel. So let me try to explain this to you. So this is the one that came out today. So that's already on the channel. You guys can watch that. But what I'm kind of doing with my thumbnails, by the way, I hate being in them. I just don't like it. But everything I've read is like, you know, people love to see the creators like expression or like whatever. So I'm like, all right. So anytime I do a review, I'm going to probably incorporate myself into the thumbnail. But on these long form ones, okay, so like Wednesday, so this will be out, yeah, this will be out Wednesday. I'm probably going to change the font on this actually. Tell me what you guys think of this, but I'm going to do, so this is, I'll explain real quick while I'm doing this. But this is my top 10 films that were directed by women. And it's in honor of Women's History Month. And I actually recorded this like 2 weeks ago. And I'm like, Jesus, I have to hurry up. Like the month's going to be over. So March is Women's History Month. And it was International Women's Day a couple weeks ago when I recorded this. So I thought that would be cool. So let me know what you guys think of this thumbnail. This is Jen, the main character from Revenge, which is Coralie Farjah's first movie. If you guys like The Substance, you absolutely have to see Revenge. I actually like it more than The Substance, which is crazy because I fucking love The Substance. But that's who that is. That's what that is. And then this will be Friday's video. I'm also going to change the font on here while I'm in here. So my last Oscars 2025 video is this one. And I've been wanting to do it for a while and never got around to it. So it's covering the biggest snubs from this year's Oscars. So I've obviously got Margaret Qualley on there because I feel like she was a huge snub. So that's that thumbnail. And that'll be Friday's episode, or Friday's video. And then coming down the pike, we got my top 10 best picture winners of the last 10 years. That's going to be a whole series I'm going to do. Obviously, I'm featuring Parasite on there. And lead actress winners, I got Emma Stone on there from La La Land. She'll be high up on my list, just a spoiler alert. Maybe not number 1, though. Mikey Madison, I don't know. What do you guys think? But so this is what I got coming up on the channel, but I'm going to go back to the chat before I sign off because, and this is the one I redid for my Mickey 17 review. I freaking loved Ruffalo in that. Everybody hates him in that movie, and I loved him in that movie. I think I hear my kids stirring upstairs, which could mean trouble. They could be down here in their diaper in just a second, so I'm going to probably sign off. But let me see if you guys had anything to say on the stream for the thumbnails real quick. Jesus, I need to get another monitor. This is crazy. Okay, let's see. Gustavo says, "Don't do the cringe, Mr. Beast light." Why did those do so well? I mean, I know it's Mr. Beast, but ugh. Let's see. John Campia gets sick numbers for live viewers and super chats daily. Okay, I don't know him, so I will check that out. And Anthony says he's going to enjoy Wicked for Good. Did I not show you guys? Could you guys not see the thumbnails when I was doing this the whole time? Oh, I guess you couldn't. God bless it. Hang on a second. Oh, yeah, you could. You could, right? It's just because I went back to the other tab. Okay, that makes sense then. Okay, we're good. You guys could see it. So Gustavo likes the Quali thumbnail. Can't wait for the new videos from Al. What's up, Alex? If you've been here, man, I'm so sorry. I was editing and I was going back and forth, but what's up? Thanks for being here. SCW says, I'm more excited for your Electric State review than you are for watching the movie itself. Well, you just got a little insider, thing there. But, all right, guys, I got to end it because I think my kids are awake and it's late, so I got to go take care of them. But you guys are the best, and thank you for the super chats, and thanks for tuning in, and thanks for supporting the channel. Look out for the Electric State review tomorrow. It will be up tomorrow. Hopefully in the morning, but if not, it'll be up when I get home from work. And then, like I said, on Wednesday, I'll have that, my top 10 from women directors, which is a good video, too. I hope you guys enjoy it. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you out here next time.